we just talked about it with the team just now, 10 seconds ago, that we're just grateful for the opportunity. First off, we just got to remember that we're blessed, man. We get to do what we love to do. I think also, too, in a match like that, it's easy to get weird, kind of freak out. Oh my God, I'm going to lose, win. But I think the guys stayed steady and they, just were resilient. They were tough, and I'm just really proud of them.
First question.
Coach, Michelle Aaron with Cronkite News. Your guys out there made some amazing escapes to get out of some jams. Is that something that you practice a lot? During practice?
Yeah, we were in a few jams. That's a darn good team. And we just found some ways to get away, right? To get off the bottom. And I thought we could have probably did that a little better. But a couple times we almost got taken down and was able to take it away from them. There were a couple times they almost got away from us, but we were able to put them back down on the ground. And in wrestling, like most sports, it's a game of inches. And I think we were able to win the inches.
Thanks.
First match at Mullet Arena. Talk about the importance of the fan turnout tonight.
Hey. That was the difference. We won because of the people in those stands tonight. They were rocking. Our guys fed off it. You could just tell. Look at Colton Schultz. He had a smile on his face while he's wrestling. Who smiles when they wrestle, when they actually fight? He enjoyed it. He enjoyed it because of all of the people in the stands today who just, as they say, the 11th man in wrestling.
Coach, you guys started out, really strong all the way through, 141. And then you guys, there was a little bit of a momentum shift. And, going against Cornell, Iowa State, like some of these tougher teams, what are you guys kind of like planning on around like 165, 174, those weight classes to, work on?
Yeah, sure. It's every team every year has, those weight classes that are really tough and those that are challenging. And obviously Missouri is really tough from 165 to 197. And even their heavyweight's really good. We started out strong in the duel. There was a momentum change, and then obviously it swung back to us at the end, and obviously in the pivotal match, the one that counted for all the beans. But I think we just got to continue to improve in those weight classes, just like any of the others. We got to continue to get better. That's the main takeaway. Getting off the bottom a little bit better, leg attack defense, our finishing. Really bottom was the glaring thing, I think, today, just getting off the bottom. We struggled there a little bit, guys on their stomach. But we'll continue to just help those guys between 57 and 97. We got to get better there, right? If we're going to compete for a national championship, those weight classes are going to be critical.
Richard Figueroa had a huge upset win against Noah Surtin. How does he fit into your plans throughout the rest of the season?
Well, Richie fits into our plans as, we see him as a multiple-time national champion, right? The kid's a top recruit in America, and obviously he's Pete 3, top 15, 20 guys right now as a freshman. He fits into our plans, and obviously we got Brandon there, right? 3-time All-American, as they say, the good problem. But we're going to have to sort it out. At some point, the problem has to be addressed. It's just not right now. It's not time. We got to continue to get Brandon healthy, which he's almost there, and we got to help Richard continue to get better and obviously continue to get those big wins.
Any final questions for Coach?
But Coach, it just seems like, especially talk about Colton giving the nod, kind of when he pinned down the very first pin, and it seems like everyone has a lot more confidence, and I think rightfully so against a number 3 team, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of confidence on both sides of the bench. I think certainly our guys, when Jesse got that win, it was a new breath of life where we needed to steal a match somewhere, and that was the one. Obviously, when you get to Colton, they got a couple upper body positions, right? It could have went either way, but that's Colton's specialty. He's a Greco-Roman guy, so we all knew if I'm betting on anybody, I'm betting on our guy when it comes to upper body. And 3 times they threw and went to the mat, and Colton came up on top on everyone because obviously that's his area, it's his expertise. So we go into heavyweight, and the matches the dual meets on the line. We feel pretty confident.
You talked about needing to steal one. What went into those matches so they could be in that position to steal one of those matches?
Well, I think for Jesse being a freshman and obviously a highly ranked guy, just staying in the match to begin with. If you start making mistakes and you fall behind 5 or 6 points, hard to steal something. So I think Jesse did a very nice job, 0-0 first period. Kid rode him a little while, but then obviously he let the guy go, and then obviously it was a 1-point match, and he needed to get a takedown to win. But he was in the match at the end to steal because he kept it close, and that's what freshmen often have to do to learn how to steal a win from a really good guy, keep it close, steal at the end. He did. I can see him starting to jump levels now because of that confidence.
Tony Negron had a very tough matchup. How do you think he performed facing the number 1 ranked wrestler?
Yeah, that guy's a national champion and a junior world champion. That guy's the best in the world. He's not just the best in Missouri. He's the best on the planet. So Tony got to feel what that means. And I actually think he was, obviously got cradled twice. He kept high crotching into the cradle, leaving his head outside. It's a mistake you don't want to make against that guy. But I think if you start to take those 2 cradles away, he was on a couple leg attacks and almost finished. But again, that's why the guy's the best in the world. Almost doesn't count, right? So I think if Tony figures out how to finish and stay out of the cradle, he can change that match.
Kind of right after the low of the Tony Negron match, we saw Anthony Montalvo just come out like right out of the gate. You could even see him warming up, just kind of like jumping up and down. How important was it for him to kind of have the team bounce back from such a rough match to see Tony getting teched and then be able to go out and just go straight into the ground?
Anthony Montalvo was huge tonight. He was down on himself for last week, and he knows he's better than what he showed last week. And I think he just really came out with a workman-like mentality, didn't get flustered or crazy with the crowd. He stayed steady, and he expected to win. I think his body language said, yep, I'm taking this guy down, I'm winning. When he got his hand raised, he didn't go crazy because he felt, hey, I'm better than that guy. I did what I was supposed to do. And I know that win is going to propel him, obviously a top 20 type guy too. So that win was pivotal. We needed to get one of those last 5 bouts before we got to heavyweight. We needed to get at least one of those matches, and Anthony was the guy.
And Kyle Valencia's match, what were your thoughts on his match against Peyton Morocco?
He showed a glaring weakness on bottom. He was on his stomach, couldn't guard his wrist. He kept giving up his wrist and couldn't get off his belly, and that's going to lose in college wrestling. But the one thing is, he's a smart kid. He's Barrett's Honors College. He's a bright kid. I think, like anything, he needs information. Now he's got information. Okay, I got to get better on bottom. I got to be able to hold my base. I got to be able to get back pressure, stand up, keep my wrist from getting caught. And like anything, he's a freshman. He's going to learn, and I think he'll learn quick.
All right, final question, Coach.
A few transfers this season. Can you talk about their importance for the late run you have in the NCAAs later this season?
Yeah, we're just excited today. It's November. We need to keep that in perspective. I think mostly just we need to get better. We're getting information now. We competed last week. We competed today. We compete on Sunday at the Keystone Classic in Pennsylvania. And we're getting information now. So we need to take that information and improve. So we're just going to focus on getting better between now and March. That's the big show. That's when it all counts. We want to win everything. Don't get me wrong. But until then, we're just learning and getting better until we get to the NCAA championships.
Thanks, Coach.
There was a lot of lows after the Tony Negron match, and then you came out there and you're really streamlined. It looked like you were ready to go right off rip. As soon as you guys got starting to wrestle in neutral, you were really active all the time. Kind of just like what went into just having such a strong spark?
I just think I gotta have my teammates back the way they have mine. Last week, I kind of had a bit of a mix-up of emotions and stuff, and I kind of self-imploded, and there wasn't one person who didn't have my back. So I think doing that is the easiest part, going down there and wrestling now. So I know that Tony, tough loss for him. That's the best way I can get his back until I can talk to him in person when he's ready for that. So that was really the only thought going into there.
Richard, you've had multiple top-ranked wins to start the season.
Yeah.
How has this success happened so fast for you?
I would just say, I've been wrestling my whole life. I've been on a top stage, at the Worlds and stuff, the finals. So coming to this environment with the crowd and stuff, I like this. I know I live for this stuff. I like getting the crowd started and going, and coming into it. I just know how to do my job and just score points as much as I could, and just come out with the W.
Colton, a huge match to end the duel. Explain the emotions coming into that final match there.
Yeah, being a career heavyweight, a 2-point duel coming into the final match, that's what we live for. There's nothing beats that level of excitement of really having a duel on the line coming down to you. I'm grateful for those opportunities, grateful that we were able to put together a good enough performance to get there. I was just excited. Those are the best moments. As soon as I stepped on the mat, there's overwhelming confidence. in my preparation and the work we put in as a team. You know, I live for those moments and getting it done in those high pressure scenarios. That's a great feeling.
Jesse, Coach Zeke Jones talked about needing to steal a match. What went into your match so you could steal that and help your team to victory?
I wasn't really thinking about stealing the match too much. I was just thinking about wrestling, doing myself, doing me. I knew if I did what I know I can do, I was going to come out victorious and end up doing my job. It's coming hand in hand. But I was really just focused on cleaning up the details from last week. Last week was our first tournament, traveling and everything. First matches back since I've been hurt. So I kind of just wanted to focus on the adjustments I made and just go wrestle, have some fun, have a different mental approach about it. But yeah, got the job done luckily.
Jesse, I got the chance to ask about, there's a few times last year you guys celebrated after big wins, and obviously your match was a big win, and Coach Zeke Jones mentioned that it's fun to have fun when the guys you care about are having fun. Obviously,
Yeah.
Zeke celebrated almost as much as you. I'm curious, what was that feeling for not only the whole crowd to go crazy, but for Zeke to run around the mat?
Honestly, I was probably more excited to see Zeke excited than the whole crowd, because Zeke is really calm with his emotions. He's very composed, but to see him excited, knowing he cares, it meant a lot to me. That's honestly what turned me up the most. But yeah, building a relationship with Coach Zeke over this few years that I've been here at ASU, it's been important to me. It's been important to my. He actually said something to me before my match. He said, Jesse, he was like, Jesse, you're the man, and I know why I recruited you. You'll show this guy what's up. And I was like, that just gave me what I needed to stay focused and do what I needed to do on the mat. So Coach Zeke is starting to learn all of us. He knows how to talk to us, what we need individually. He's really good at managing everybody. So yeah, just building a relationship with Coach Zeke has been really important for me.
Colton, man, your first pin, you're kind of nodding at everyone, nodding at Coach, everyone. Like, even I was watching when you were stretching, man. I mean, you seem so confident, and I mean, are you more confident this year than even last season, or what's going through you right now?
Yeah, it's just actually this week I kind of had a real awakening kind of moment. I was looking back on my college career so far. I've already had 2 national tournaments, 2 All-American finishes, and I feel like I've really been able to do that without really giving it my all. Up to this point, I feel like I've only been halfway in with my nutrition, only been halfway in with I was always traveling the world during the season, skipping out on a lot of practices, pursuing that dream. But kind of hit me. I just want to, for this year, I want to make sure I'm pouring my everything into it, doing everything right that I can, and really taking ownership of all the controllables. And it's an exciting feeling. I feel like I got a fire lit under me again. I'm just excited to be a part of this team. Excited for all the opportunities we get to be great.
What are some of those little things that you're focusing on and kind of like zeroing in on?
Yeah, for the first time, I think it might have been my first shot for college wrestling. I hadn't grabbed legs in a long time. I feel like I always feel like I've been nerfing myself a little bit now that I've done it. I did it twice that match. I've been able to get pretty far with only attacking half the body. I've only ever attacked upper body at this point. It's like a whole new world being able to grab some legs, and it's exciting. It feels good.
Cool. Kind of to follow back up off of that, I mean, do you think, being the consensus #1 heavyweight in the nation has kind of, contributed towards you getting really focused for this season?
Not so. I mean, honestly, rank is not something that really means a whole lot in my head. I think still figuring out, finding my motivation in that I did come up short last year. I might not get another chance to beat that guy, and that's someone that I've always wanted to beat. He's Olympic gold medalist, and I came up short last year. So that's part of the motivation is getting to a level where I can beat a guy like that anytime I need to. Rankings don't really matter to me. If I'm #1, it's not going to look different as far as how I wrestle compared to if I was unranked or. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna wrestle my match and be the best Colton I can be.
Final couple questions?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Can you guys talk about the atmosphere tonight and how important it was that the Sun Devil fans came out?
Yeah, it's crazy. I've never had a duel like this intense, this atmosphere. I think our coaches wanted us to focus on our match, focus on our duty. So I was trying to like, block everything out, but it was hard too because everyone was cheering, everyone was excited. I didn't realize how much Arizonians know wrestling. People were shouting, stalling, things like that. So it was cool, man. I just look forward to more of it, and I'm so grateful. Like our coach is always teaching us. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be here. This is what we all live for.
Felt like a like a true event, like entertainment. Like it didn't. For a moment there, I was like, oh, I'm up in like 4 matches. Should probably go to the bag, dude. Like I was so locked in, and I think it's just also I feel like the fans were able to see our energy as well, just kind of as a team, and we got a group of guys that truly do care about each other, and there's a solid bond of friendship here that I've never been a part of anything like this. So I think that, along with being the rank that we are and being able to hopefully bring a title here, that all those things combined just make for an awesome atmosphere.
First time, it was great, competing for the Sun Devil, not against my own teammate a couple weeks ago, but first time it was great. Seeing a crowd like this is what I live for. That's why I came here, because to get people excited, get more Arizona people to come to our wrestling matches. And I love that crowd, love the hype. My whole life it's been great seeing crowds like that, just getting pumped up, and then after the win, just shouting whatever, or getting the crowd pumped up, getting my teammates pumped up for the next match is just great, And it was a great day today, and we got the dub. That's all that matters.
Yeah, it's an exciting venue. There's not a better way to open up in a new arena than beating a team that you're not projected to be able to beat. So that's a great feeling. I think we've had some changes on our team this year, and I know some people probably were writing us off already. So being able to pull off a big team win like this feels good. Hopefully we can keep on carrying this through the season and make more magic.